I think it was just important to create something that the fans that I have could come together and create along with me. To have something that's kind of an interactive story. Throughout every live stream that we did, where it was kind of just off the top of the head, and the people in the chat kind of influenced how the story went. And now we've kind of gotten to this point in the story where things are kind of finally coming together. You're getting a mix of all the characters that people know and love in the cryptid community. Bigfoot, Dogman, Sasquatch, all these things that are really badass, and we kind of bring them together into this ultimate team versus team. And we have a lot of the fans in the chat that get to be in the stories, and I think that's really cool. Not a lot of creators can say they have a fan base like that, a community like that, and a story like that. It's almost like a mini comic book series that I've created. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. I think one of the coolest things about this project is we've been able to bring in artists, and we've had some concept art of the actual some of the characters anyways, and some of the cool characters that I love. First one being Serena the Skinwalker. She's just starts out as a normal girl on the average day, but when she wants to, she has a flip of a switch ability to turn into a skinwalker that's about 20 foot tall. And so, she has very many, abilities, but, she's obviously just tall and strong, and so she can just use her physical power to overpower other cryptids and beat them up, like I said, 20 feet tall. She's much taller than a Bigfoot, Dogman, you name it. She's quite large, and quite frankly, one of the most important characters of the entire story. And then you have Eli Buckmaster, just, kind of your average guy in terms of, being just a normal human in the story, but he's extremely tech savvy and extremely weapon savvy. Ex-military guy, always armed to the tooth. Very smart. He always has Teslas on the tip of his fingers and spitting machine gun bullets. If need be. So he's a very vital character as well, keeping some of these characters in line and protected. And so then you have one of the main cryptids, if not the main cryptid, which is BigDill Batsquatch, who is me, and I turn into basically a hybrid of a bat and Sasquatch, and it's about 16 feet tall. It's very large, very powerful. Pretty much the chosen one of the cryptids. He has the power to determine if he wants to be good or evil, and whatever choice he chooses is kind of the fate of the world. If he were to fall into the pits of darkness, then the whole world would be pretty much screwed. So it's kind of up to him to balance that power, but he's going to be conflicted because there's other characters that will try to persuade him into darkness and turn to the dark side of the cryptid force. But and then you have characters that you've seen before. The Thunderbird, who's a large giant bird, bigger than a plane, very sharp serrated teeth, sharp beak, talons that are sharp, very powerful wingspan, that can flap its wings and pretty much just flatten buildings. And then the Wendigo, who is a giant, another I'd say 18-foot creature that has a very powerful bite, antlers that can be used to ram, stab, and pretty much flatten enemies with its sharp claws as well. Very powerful, which is kind of a cool creature. I like that one a lot. And then you have the Big Bad, which everyone's been always wondering, what does the Caterpillar Man look like? And here it is, Caterpillar Man, the king of cryptids, the most powerful cryptid to ever walk the earth. Some of these are just kind of cool, and so you get to see a lot of these characters up close here for the first time, and that to me is pretty special. I think this could either go and be a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and I retire off the coast of Canada somewhere, or I just continue making these things, and as long as it takes, and as many videos as I need to make that gets the fans some enjoyment out of it. I would like to say that this goes on to have this huge finale with special effects and all that, but it very well might just be one of those things where we get an artist brought in, we get someone that can animate for us, and that would be really cool. But if it's just the shitty computer designs and edits, then that'll work. But we're definitely building up to close to the finale. We're getting there. You're starting to have the villains be more prominent and work together, which we haven't really seen a whole lot of. And Caterpillar Man obviously is a scary badass as well. You don't want to mess with Caterpillar Man, And so it's going to be interesting to see if characters like Serena Eli Buckmaster, Ryan Tremblay, they can handle the toll it's going to take mentally and physically. It's going to be really interesting to see how the story ends. Alright guys, now is perhaps the most anticipated part of the evening. In this hat here, I will be drawing 2 names to win a spot in the Cryptid Wars Storytime Part 2 video. The 2 people I draw will obviously be in the video, fate determined. So without further ado, can I get a drum roll, please? Thank you. Without looking, I will grab 2 names, and the first winner is Ashers. Ashers wins the first ticket. Congratulations, Ashers. Your fate is up to me. And now the second winner. The second winner. Let's see who we can grab out of the hat. Drum roll, please. Julie. Julie with the second ticket. Congratulations, Julie and Ashers. You guys have been selected to be in the Cryptid War Storytime Part 2 video. And again, guys, thank you so much for everyone who put their tickets in, especially if you donated. Appreciate you very much. Now, I think we should get back to watching some creepy shit. Back to you, Big Dill.